Howdy, fellow skeptics. Lester the Skeptic Tank here. Long time no see. Apologies for not having a video up within the last week or so, maybe a little bit more than that. Given the turnaround of the Thanksgiving weekend, many things to be thankful for. To start, being here for the last 12 years, give or take. Many people I've encountered, met, befriended, considered family by multiple groups of people I've met over my time. Enabled me to really make this a home of homes. Though I understand where my hometown is, we're kind of where everything began, my old, what you call old stomping ground. So I'm very thankful for the people who kind of nudged me to come up here. They kind of set the trail. They kind of made it easy to transition from place to place. And I'm thankful that I've had that no matter where I've gone, whether we're talking my time living in Pomona when I started my undergrad from the very scratch. From that, and then getting used to living in San Diego again after, a failed attempt at my first shot at college, then going back to LA to kind of wrap things up, and then the life I led after graduating college. So many thanks. I haven't had to go at it alone. So I'm very thankful for that. Now, thinking back, and I'm pretty sure this is going to be until Kingdom Come, in the sense that fundamentally, though things haven't gone as planned, and partly I'm responsible for that, warts and all. Of course, we all have to bear the fruits of our decisions and actions. And they are fruits, though on the surface it's very easy to look at them as not fruits. Very easy to not see what I'll term blessedness. And as I get into the more churchy stuff, I might as well make sure I have everything all laid out. O Heavenly King, the Comforter, the Spirit of Truth, whatever at present fills all things, treasure your blessings and give our life, come and abide in us, and cleanse us from every impurity and save our souls a good one. On that note, that I've been able to encounter situations, people, life occurrences, and there are many things that I still am to be grateful for things done previously. And part of giving thanks, or Thanksgiving, is this notion of paying it forward. And I'll be the first to admit there are many things I still need to pay forward. So hopefully the thing that I want to give to my parish comes in, and it should be coming in today in a more reliable way, I hope. I'm a little peeved about what's going on with my Amazon order from last week, but that aside, again, plenty to be thankful for. Even when the whole COVID thing happened, oh, can I say that? whole COVID thing happened, and layoff, but without that, I wouldn't have come into contact with other people that I've got to know in short time. And though I know there are varying degrees of closeness and intimacy in terms of friendships, they're still valuable nonetheless, whether we're talking offline, online. And very thankful for that. As I mentioned in my interview with Troy, Pacelli, and Netter. What I'm doing now, what I've been practicing, I didn't think would lead me up to this. And so I've been very thankful for this life I've tread, warts and all, especially when it comes to where I've been church wise. I guess you can say spiritually or spiritual practice, whatever you want to call it, fill in the blank. I'll call it Life in Christ. Yes, I think there's a book title around that. But the great solace I take is that even though I often joke about, I'm ready, whenever you want, the numerous opportunities to make things all right. Not that I feel like there's a giant gavel or giant anvil weighing me down. It's just let's tackle the day. It's a new day. It's another opportunity to do things right, do things well, and give due thanks. Whether that's to one might call God or to whom it may concern, the universe. But yes, thankful for the opportunities given and even opportunities lost. So, just an update. I will start trying to work on getting more videos out there. A lot of things on my mind. And it's funny when we talk about the term content. And I follow Fanzine. If you don't, he has some shows he does, some quick hitters. Check them out. He talks about the word content being, I don't know about taboo or there's a bugaboo around the word content. And he doesn't think there's a one-to-one analog with respect to the word entertainment. On one level, he could be very well right on that. Because, and I'm sure there are many of you who may be watching my videos, maybe scratching the head or two once or twice. I only hope that it's either infotaining, hopefully intellectually stimulating. I do hope, based on some of the games I've tested, and yes, you would consider my 1 hour long gaming sessions testing, although in a technical sense, I think I've gone the point of testing only because when I was working at the .com I worked at back in 07 to 10, I I think I was enjoying my time testing product a little too much. It's supposed to be a very short venture when you test games. Well, testing games is a different matter because I did have a housemate who worked at Take Two. This was back in 05. And game testing is a different bag versus product testing. Because you're looking for very short snippets. So appreciate that, especially those who had circled back on some of my other videos, kind of keeping my things afloat here and there. And I'm thankful for the various plugs in the various channels I frequent and the various communities I contribute to and all that. So again, thank you to you as well. as far as where I'm at with respect to my whole Taylor Swift endeavor, 2 albums in, and I'll say up to this point, I kind of see how she went about this evolution. I'll say more on that later, but on the evolution. And on the same side, I do have to listen to more of the Kylie Minogue. Although I had a incidental monkey wrench, and maybe just a little background as far as what music, and I guess in particular pop music, what it has meant for me in my life. Just a member berry for myself. And I can remember, I don't know what started it, but I remember riding the bus from home to school and back. And when you ride the school bus system, you have to go to the various homes. So I had to be on the bus at a specific time. I couldn't miss it because you would go from house to house. And that was like a trip in itself. And kind of like a road trip. You'd see different parts of the neighborhood. And music was my form of escapism. And I think I mentioned it on either Corey's or Sir Talks a Lot Entertainment. I've mentioned that my dealing with music is with the actual track or song. I didn't know these artists until maybe after it played through a DJ. Or in certain cases, decades later, I, I'm like, oh, that person's saying this, that person's saying that, that group's saying this, that group's saying that. But because the way the bus did its thing, you go from neighborhood to neighborhood, and I don't know if I can put in the right timestamps or sequences, but I remember like early on listening to that track. Can't wait. Buy New Shoes, and I didn't know who New Shoes were until just making the rounds on Google Music. Yes, when Google Music was actually good, and they didn't. That's another topic for another day. Google's rebranding. You know, yeah, I'm not the Google fanboy I once was. So there's that. But going back to that idea of that's my escape. I was more into music than I realized. So the monkey wrench, going back to that, was Madonna, and I'm going to try to work with that. Not that I want to do a three-way comparison, but I'll say this right now. The way Madonna did her thing is something many are trying to emulate, but haven't gotten close. Or I should say they haven't gotten there. So that's what I might work with, maybe not. But if I were to look at pop divas and the way they bring about their various tracks throughout the lifespan of various albums, Madonna had some effect on me in terms of evaluating vocals. Now, I'm no Simon Cowell, I'm no music exec, but I've listened to my share of pop music. And for whatever reasons, vocals had such an impression on me that I can hone in mentally, visually, however you want to term it, looking at vocal range and just digging into that. So that will probably be something that I need to get better at, because I'm about 2 albums in for Taylor Swift. I know I have many albums to go. Same thing with Kylie Minogue. Many more albums to go. Because even with Kylie's first album, I can tell that she's got some vocal chops. And with the first 2 albums of Taylor, I can kind of tell if the song is set up correctly. Then you can tell, okay, she's got some vocal talent. It's not a matter of me being a fanboy of either artist. I can still, like, I don't have posters of, I don't know. For those who are older in the 80s than I was, because I'm born in 81. I'm an 81 guy. What was the sentiment during the 80s for your dude? Because I think there was a bit of a taboo about a dude having a poster of, say, Debbie Gibson, for example, Tiffany. You know, I think even to this day, like, Kelly Clarkson, I gotta give her credit. Did her thing. She came out of nowhere. And one of the few that can showcase a diversity, and now that's part of her production. That's part of her team. Setting up the right tracks, writing good tracks, covering songs with some pop to them, some beat to them, a flow that you can go between, like, I don't know what you would call it, like fun pop tracks or dance tracks. So that's what I'll be working with. I'll do more on the Jikendo front. Apparently there's some interest there. We'll see. And then I'm going to try to do better on spacing out these videos, because I don't want to bombard you with like 3 videos in a day. And then again, my work schedule has been such where I haven't had much free time, or because I've been working longer days, my personal drain just reaches to a point where I'm ready to check out for the night and ready to begin my next day. All right, fellow skeptics, spoken enough. Thank you again for your time, and again, thank you for checking out my videos that I've had. Appreciate it. As always, I appreciate a comment, because it'll help me figure, okay, do I have questions that you guys want answered and things like that. So very much appreciative. So until next time, peace out, and I'll catch you all on the other side. Oh, by the way, if you decide to subscribe, for those, because I've looked at my numbers, still a lot of unsubscribed folks looking at my stuff. So if you decide to subscribe, just make sure you hit the bell, but also you could either choose none, you could choose all, or personalized. But if you want to make sure you get any of the videos I upload, or if I go live, I still have to figure if I want to do that. I'll speak more on that later. But again, peace out, and then I'll catch you all on the other side.